and welcome back to another vlog. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in. If you're new here, my name is Sidel. My channel is about health, lifestyle, and wellness, and a little bit of decor and a little bit of travel. If those are things that you're interested in and you enjoy that type of content, please take that time to like, subscribe, and share. Costs you nothing and it helps grow my channel. So I certainly appreciate you doing that. Now, I want to know, how are y'all doing? Like, how are y'all doing for real, for real, for real? Because the way the government is going right now, I want to send all my thoughts, prayers out to anyone who is a government employee and has been furloughed. My heart goes out to you. I've worked for the state before, so I know that, bills don't stop just because you've been furloughed. Um, there's a lot of divisive things that are being poured out in the news and social media. And I do want to say, give yourself permission to take a break from that shit. Like, for real, for real. Take a break from that. Be involved, like find one thing that's important to you, and if you feel like you need to be actively involved, like you need to be doing something, like not just sitting on the sidelines, focus on that one thing, because taking on all of the distractions is really what they are, can wear you down. And now is not the time for us to be worn down. I know I don't generally talk about these type of things on my channel, but I live in the U.S. I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm a Black woman, and I live in Texas. So it is imperative that I personally take my time to not be so consumed with what's being put out there. Like, I can only fight so many battles, and especially right now, I'm in the process of healing. So I need peace. I need positivity. I need to be pouring into myself so that I'm able to take on challenges when I'm called to take on challenges. It is, to say the least, if you're anybody who lives outside of the US and you happen to be stumbling across my vlogs, it's a challenge mentally and emotionally. The shenanigans that we are having to deal with on a daily basis can be draining, to say the least. And I just really want to encourage everybody to take a moment to breathe, take a moment for yourself, take a moment to regroup, take a moment to ground yourself, surround yourself with like-minded individuals who have a plan. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But it's okay. It's okay. Just basically what I'm saying, it's okay to take a break. It is okay for your mental health to take a break. So please take the time, take care of you so that you can take care of others when you are called to do so. And let's get back into the vlog. just wanted to give you guys an update on how my healing process is going, which is phenomenally well. I had my post-op appointment. I'm not yet at the 4-week mark yet. I will be on the 29th, but I have been cleared to go back to work. Yay! Because I'm a busybody and I don't like sitting still. Like, this has been super hard for me. And I'm like, what am I going to do when I have my tummy tuck revision? And we haven't even discussed yet. Like, I know technically you can be like, what is it, 6 months, I think, until you can have another procedure. It'll probably be next year. But because of where my current incision is, I will have to have another consult with the plastic surgeon at this point to what that is going to look like, because my incision is above my belly button, and this looks like where they would pull down the skin is where this new incision is. For those of you who are new here and you have no idea what I'm talking about, I did have a procedure to remove a tumor on my ovary as well as my right ovary. Thank the Lord, everything came back and is benign. So we're happy about that, because it was a very scary moment for me as well as my family. And so I'm happy to be on the other side of this where I'm healing now. Because I will mention this, if you look back at any of my other, I want to say my recent vlogs in the last 5 maybe that were uploaded, I didn't even realize like how hunched over I was, or not necessarily hunched over, but leaning forward while I was walking. And that is just because the amount of pain that I was in, and then the weight of this additional object in my body that I was carrying, which my surgeon informed me was the size of a grapefruit, which is why they had to do an incision, vertical incision on my stomach. Now it is probably, I want to say, hold on. So it's the length of my finger was the incision. It wasn't a solid mass, thank God. It was more fluid-like, so they were able to not puncture it, but maneuver it out. Of course, they're moving other organs around and whatnot to get that out. So, but right now, even though I was cleared for work, I'm not cleared to go back and do like full-scale exercising just yet. I do have another visit mid-November. And that point, we're going to see exactly where I am in the healing process so I can get back to like a full workout where I can lose some weight. So with that being said, I was cleared to go back to work. No lifting anything over 10 pounds at this point because of the placement of the incision. They are still advising that I wear my binder. And I will say this to you ladies out there who have had like cosmetic surgery, or you've had a tummy tuck or a muscle revision. I didn't even have any drains, and they're wanting me to keep this binder on. I live in Houston. Even though it's fall now, it's still hot. So basically at night I'm wearing my binder just because if I should roll over in my sleep, we don't want to disturb my internal stitches that are still healing. I was a little bit concerned because I felt like a knot inside underneath the major incision, but my doctor did inform me like that's just natural, your body's healing. I'm not a person whose my scars don't keloid, and so please leave in the comments below. And I kind of got off track for a minute. Let me roll that back for a minute. Let me roll it back for a minute. The binder is uncomfortable to wear during the day. Like, if I'm standing, it's fine, but sitting down, like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. And I'm used to wearing like body shapers, but this binder is a whole nother level. So I don't even know how I'm gonna make it through, like when I actually do my muscle revision, which I've been told that I can do it 6 months to a year from now. 6 to 9 months is like the shortest time frame, but I'll be having another consult with the plastic surgeon again to see if I can still do it at this point because of where this incision is placed. But man, so during the day, I'm basically wearing a body shaper that hugs me really tight if I'm out and about. In the house, I'm really not wearing anything until I go to bed because it's just uncomfortable. And it's hot. It's hot in Houston. Like, it's hot. So my hat's off to all of you ladies who have had a revision or a mommy makeover and you have been binding it up with drains, because I didn't even have any drains and it's a lot. Another thing that I am considering, and again, this wasn't really a planned surgery. This was something that was found in July, and my surgery was just last month on the 29th of September. So this was discovered in July. My surgery was on the 29th of September. And so I didn't really, like, they didn't know how they were going to go in. We couldn't get a clear ultrasound of the picture to determine like the true size. And they just knew there was an object in there that shouldn't be there. And that was the reason for the cause of the pain I was having. Now, lymphatic massages are something that I am interested in just because I am someone who naturally retains a lot of water. While your body is healing, your body is creating more fluid, to heal that area. So my mom did find someone online, and I'm going to take a look at some other places so that I can just make sure that I'm draining as much fluid as possible out of my body. Because right now, like, we just came from a walk and I'm feeling a little swollen. Like, I could feel my shapewear getting tighter as we were walking, and I was like, what is going on? But I also had breakfast before we left, which was eggs, toast, and rice. 2 carbs, 1 protein. But I am also drinking water right here as well. Let me take a sip. But with that being said, for the most part, I am feeling really good. I have not been doing like anything heavy or significant, and I apologize in advance that I was not able to take you guys with me to my post-op appointment. I have not got permission from that office to film inside there, even if the camera was just going to be facing me and I'm having a discussion with my primary care provider. I will ask, however, when I go to my next appointment, because I really do want to stress to people again, if I actually have a different primary care provider right now, because the one that I had previously, I kept saying like, something's not right. I'm working out and my stomach is getting bigger. Like, I was at a point where my stomach was pretty much flat and I was just trimming down body weight, but all of a sudden my stomach was blowing up, and I was like, something's not right. And she was really like dismissing me to the point where she's like, oh, you just have to change your eating habits. Lady, I eat great. Like, I am a good eater. Like, I eat healthy food 95% of the time. There's that 5% where I treat myself, where I let myself have some gelato. Like, so I was like, she just keeps dismissing me and comparing her journey and lifestyle to mine, which is, as a physician, was a no bueno for me. So I was like, I'm still within the same care facility, but you can't treat me because you don't hear me. Um, because I feel like had it been investigated earlier, I wouldn't have had this type of incision. I would just been laparoscopic, period. But they had to go in laparoscopically, so I have two smaller incisions on both left and right side because they needed to see exactly like how it was, if it was a solid mass, like exactly where it was placed, and if they would have caught it, I feel like when it was quarter size of an egg, like anything smaller than that, then I wouldn't have had this vertical incision. So just all that to say, if you feel like your healthcare provider is not hearing you, you have the right to fire them. You have the right to fire them and find some better care. You have the right to fire them and find a physician who is actually listening to your concerns about your body, because you know when things are off and feel abnormal. So do not be afraid to fire your physician. I don't care how long you've been with them. If you have an issue and you're addressing your concerns with them and they're not listening, then it's time to let them go. Because given my family history, this could have been something else, and I've been blown off since August. Wait a minute, before August? No, yeah, before, since, I have to go back and look at the exact date, but it's been months, months to say the least. And the only reason we found that is because I landed myself in the emergency room because I thought my appendix was, I thought I was having, I thought my appendix was bursting. Like, that's how bad the pain was. Literally took my breath away. I had to log offline from work. I almost fainted in my chair and had to be as calm as possible to get myself from the third floor into the vehicle to the emergency room to be treated.